Vaisa Gold Mahal is a jeweller's shop in a little town called Tirurkad in North Kerala. Ibrahim Meladil is the owner of the shop. He is attending to his lone customer on a hot summer afternoon. It has been only 8 years since Ibrahim opened the shop. Before that, he was in the Gulf. Ibrahim had been there for 18 years doing odd businesses. But in 2004, he had to return to his village due to his illness. He is a diabetic patient for the last 16 years. T. Radhakrishnan is a handloom cloth merchant in Calicut. Sitting at home, him and his 21-year-old son is monitoring the activities in his shop over the CCTV. Radhakrishnan is late for his shop today. He has been suffering from diabetes for the last 17 years. Both Ibrahim and Radhakrishnan are not isolated cases of diabetes in Kerala. Kerala is filled with diabetes patients. In fact, the state is known as the diabetes capital of India. According to a report by the World Diabetes Foundation, about 15% of Kerala's population is diabetic. So what is this disease that is making life miserable for Malayalis all about?
Diabetes is a metabolic disease. It occurs because of deficiency of insulin in the body.
Insulin is a hormone produced by the pancreas in the body, which is a small gland tucked away under the abdomen. The food which we eat enters the digestive system and gets converted into glucose. This glucose enters the bloodstream and causes the blood sugar levels to rise. But there are mechanisms in the body which bring down the blood sugar to normal levels. Such a function is performed by insulin. Insulin is produced in the pancreas by cells called beta cells. This insulin allows the glucose in the bloodstream to enter the various cells in the body, where it gets converted into energy. The muscles and tissues in the body need this energy to function. Thus, the glucose levels in the blood are regulated to normal levels. So if 65-year-old Kunyaman is working in his Arakana farm, it is the glucose in his blood which is giving him the energy to do so. And it is the insulin secreted by his pancreas which regulate his blood sugar levels. But in diabetes, this automatic mechanism of blood sugar regulation gets disturbed. Either the pancreas produces less insulin due to dead beta cells, or the body does not utilize insulin properly.
There are actually two problems. One is that pancreas, which makes insulin, produces less insulin than what is required by the body. And whatever insulin is produced is not able to serve the purpose well. The body doesn't respond to insulin properly. And because of this reason of reduced insulin action at the tissue level, sugar is not properly metabolized. Sugar cannot enter cells where it can be burnt into energy. And also sugar cannot be stored as a source of future energy. And because of this reason, the levels of sugar rise in the blood vessels. And basically, sugar is a tissue toxin. It has got poisonous effects on various parts of the body.
Dr. Vipin Mishra is a busy doctor. He is a diabetologist in Delhi and attends to a number of diabetes patients every day. He says that Indians are genetically prone to diabetes.
First of all, we must know that Indians have got a different genome than Westerners. Our genes are different, and because of that reason, we primarily develop obesity around the abdomen. So we have bulging abdomen as the major type of obesity, while Westerners have obesity which is spread all over the body. Now, because of this reason, we are more insulin resistant. We don't respond to insulin as well as the Westerners do. And we are more prone to develop diabetes because of that predisposition.
Adding on to this genetic predisposition, the changing food habits and sedentary lifestyle of Indians, with more comforts and luxuries, have contributed a lot to the increase in the number of diabetes patients in the country.
Our energy intake has gone up significantly because the revolution in the food industry. Various types of exotic foods are now available, which are loaded with calories and dripping in oil and sugar. Secondly, our exercise has gone down significantly because of variety of things.
And this seems to be quite true with Kerala, it being one of the highly urbanized states of India. Here, villages merge into cities and cities into villages seamlessly. Kerala is a big market for household appliances and gadgets and luxuries, making it easy for the people. With the increased rate of literacy in recent years, the demographic pattern of the state has also changed. Dr. V. Srinivasan is a diabetologist based in Sultan Bathery in North Kerala.
It is very difficult to find a person to work in a field. It is very difficult to find a person to climb on coconut trees. It is very difficult to get persons to take over, day-to-day activities in your farm or something like that. Nowadays you see people with white-collar jobs who are willing to sit in a good office room. So their activities, physical activities have come down very, very greatly.
Diabetes is a disease without a permanent cure. Conventional treatment methods focus only on managing the disease. Doctors generally advise lifestyle changes and food restrictions to their patients apart from medicines. Medicines are given to bring down the blood sugar levels. In some cases, external insulin is also given. Diabetic patients have to live with lifelong complications, which increase as they grow older.
I have faced lots of difficulties right from the start of this disease. I always felt tired, always felt sleepy. There were problems in the stomach. There was a kind of moving pain in my legs and arms which traveled upwards. I used to sweat a lot and felt tired and hungry always. And some kind of twirling in the stomach. I used to collapse out of tiredness.
For the past 16 years, Ibrahim has been trying different kinds of treatment, but without any results.
I have been taking allopathic medicines, then Ayurvedic, and then again allopathic. Like this I continued for 15.5 years. Then 6 months back I joined yoga classes. But there were no results as such.
But Ibrahim has not given up hope. On a hot summer day, he, along with many others, has assembled in the congested little clinic of Dr. M.V. Prasad to listen to his counseling classes on diabetes. Dr. Prasad has become the talk of the town among diabetes patients these days. He claims to have discovered a permanent solution for diabetes. People are thronging his clinic called Friends of Diabetes in a nondescript village called Kenichira in the Wayandu district of Kerala. He clearly differs in his approach towards the disease and its treatment.
The increase in blood sugar level due to the non-functioning of the pancreas is called diabetes. Generally, it is taken that the increase in blood sugar level is because of the beta cells in the pancreas becoming dead. But in my understanding, the beta cells are not dead, but must have gone into a sleeping condition in type 2 diabetes. We should look at type 1 and type 2 differently. In type 1, the beta cells are dead, but in type 2, because of our lazy lifestyle with no hard work and exercise, the pancreas also becomes lazy and the beta cells in the pancreas with no work go into a sleeping condition. And as years pass by, they get destroyed. So for patients in our society who are in the initial stages of diabetes, which constitute 60 to 70%, they still may not be having the disease. Their beta cells must be in the sleeping condition. And my treatment method is to wake up their sleeping beta cells.
എഴുന്നേൽപ്പിച്ചെടുക്കുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ് എൻ്റെ ട്രീറ്റ്മെൻറ്റിൻ്റെ രീതി.
Dr. M.V. Prasad has been practicing medicine in Wayanad for the last 15 years. He is originally from Kochi and studied medicine at the Medical College in Calicut. He began his career as a junior doctor at the Primary Health Centre at Putadi Panchayat. Today he is known all over Kerala as the doctor who prescribes sweets for diabetes patients.
If there is insulin present in our pancreas, the only substance in this nature which can make the pancreas secrete insulin into our blood is glucose. This glucose which we take in through our mouth causes the pancreas to secrete insulin. If we take in glucose in moderate quantities with a gradual increase over a period of time, it causes the sleeping beta cells to wake up at the rate of 10%, 15%, 20% and become active. These beta cells are sleeping because they don't have any work. But when you take in glucose, they will be getting their job.
It is a very, very far-fetched hypothesis. I have never heard of anything about that. Sweet is something which is considered as the worst food item for diabetics. So we generally ask them not to eat sweets. So that is the dictum. If somebody asks what are the important considerations of a diabetic diet, first is don't eat sweets because they will make your blood sugar jump very high.
For a person who does exercise commensurate with the quantity of food he takes, why cannot he take all kinds of food? If some extra sweets have been taken, will it not be enough to do some extra exercise? Based on this concept, I teach the people to take food and enough sweets. They are taught to burn this extra glucose by exercise. There cannot be any result without teaching them.
Intake of normal food without any restrictions and moderate servings of sweet and extra exercise to burn out the extra calories gained is the hallmark of Dr. Prasad's treatment. Dr. Prasad is himself a fitness freak and spends a lot of time in his gym and playing sports. Based on his expertise in physical fitness, he has devised an exercise pattern for his patients.
I have scheduled 10 exercises and tell them to increase the number of times they do this in a gradually increasing pattern, like 10, 15, 20 times each exercise. And this helps to burn out the energy as a result of their daily food intake. Now for the extra sugar, which we take in a gradually increasing manner, this may cause the sugar level in the blood to rise. And for burning out this sugar, we have to do extra exercise, like 55, 60, 70, 75 times, and so on. And based on this, we should gradually increase the sugar intake. As a result, the sleeping beta cells in the pancreas begin to wake up one by one. For people who have been recently diagnosed with diabetes, they will have just sleeping beta cells. They can become normal in just 1 to 4 days. For patients with 1 or 2 years old diabetes, they will be having sleeping beta cells which will be in deep slumber. For them, it may take 2 to 3 weeks. And for people who have a longer history and whose beta cells will be in dormant state, it may take 2 or 3 months to get cured. I am 100% sure that 70% of young diabetes patients who are under 40 can be cured by this method.
Lissy Johanan is from Piravam in East Kerala. She is 49 years old and had contracted diabetes when she was pregnant with her daughter. She happened to attend Dr. Prasad's counseling class 2 weeks back. Lissy immediately started following his treatment.
I started by taking a small piece of jalebi or laddu in the morning and also started with exercise. I kept on increasing the exercise and now I do 90 times each exercise, morning and evening. Before coming here, doctor had asked me to check the blood sugar levels, fasting and after food. And now it's normal at 130.
My brother told me that someone from Koilandi had got relief after starting his treatment, and that's how I went to attend his counseling class. On the same evening, I started doing the exercise at the rate of 30 each. 10 days later, I felt better. Now I am doing regular exercise and also taking sweets 5 times. The biggest relief since I started this doctor's treatment is that there is no need to prepare two kinds of food at home. So, if food is the same for everybody at home, that itself is a great relief.
A.T. Abdullah Koya, or A.T. as he is popularly known, is a politician and has been Deputy Mayor of Calicut Corporation. He was a diabetes patient for 32 years and was on insulin. He has now been cured by Dr. Prasad and is enjoying the regained liberty with food in his life.
I am very happy to find that after 30 years I could eat all those sweet dishes like Ada Prathaman Payasam, which I love to eat, and the unbelievably tasty Chatti Patri of the Muslims. I felt very happy. Earlier when I went for marriage parties, the Payasam looked and laughed at me, and my heart wept.
It is not only the freedom to eat whatever they like that patients of Dr. Prasad enjoy. Now, their medical bills have also come down drastically. With various kinds of tablets and insulin, the monthly medical expenses of a patient on an average was 1,000 rupees. Now, it is almost nil. So are the side effects.
You see, these allopathic medicines are not good for the body. Doctors themselves say that, if possible, reduce the intake of allopathic medicines. So to get that out of the way is itself a great boon, I feel.
1 month after starting this treatment, I stopped taking all medicines. And even now, I am not taking any medicine. It's been 13 months since I started the treatment. I don't take any medicine, and I am more confident now.
Kenichira is a small village near Kalpetta, the district headquarters of Wayanad district. Wayanad is a beautiful little district of North Kerala. It is situated at an altitude of 700 to 2,100 meters above sea level and is a much sought after tourist destination. The drive to Wayanad is beautiful, with ghats, valleys and tea and coffee estates and forests on the way. A huge crowd has gathered at the Lions Club auditorium in Kenichira. They have come from far-off places to attend a counseling class conducted by Dr. Prasad and his Friends of Diabetes team. Many in the crowd have not been able to find a seat, but they listen attentively to Dr. Prasad as he talks about the benefits of exercise. He speaks in the local language and connects well with the crowd. Similar counseling classes are held at different parts of Kerala every week. At Wayandu in Kannur district too, a big crowd has come to hear and consult the doctor.
When we go for his counseling class, there is no place to sit, as it is very crowded. And the people going there are also getting the results.
I have lots of patients from the Middle East, from different countries, from all the states of the country, from all districts of Kerala. There is no district in Kerala which does not have my patients, thousands of patients. First, I want to attend to Malayalis and get rid of their BP, diabetes and cholesterol problems and remove the diabetes capital tag of the state.
Dr. Prasad is on a mission to educate his fellow Malayalis on the benefits of a healthy lifestyle with proper food and exercise. He wants to remove the negative tag of the diabetes capital of India from his state. By the huge crowds thronging his counseling classes and by their positive response to his innovative treatment concepts, one could expect that he will reach his goal sooner than later.